All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining me for a study session today. How is everybody doing? Hopefully well. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully all the audio is all correct. I noticed I had some audio stuff that was messed up from doing the game stream here, so hopefully I fixed it. Let me know if things are too loud or too quiet. All that good stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do some figure drawing studies today. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm gonna be doing some time gestures, and I've got, thanks Amaze by the way for pinning that to the top. If anybody needs some study, some references, some images, I've got a whole bunch in my Pinterest board there. I might go see if I can, I don't know, I really want to do some time studies, so I might just have to do it my own timed way just because I haven't vetted all the images that are on some of these like sketch along sites, and I just want to make sure, you know, everything's kosher. But I will be linking you guys to some places where you can do timed studies that are, it's like a website that's sort of got automatic timers set up, and like it just switches through the images every, 15 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is. So yeah, I might link you guys to that. But for me, I think I'm just going to, pick some images. I think I want to do a few quick gestures. I want to do some like 30-second studies and just kind of quickly do some gesture stuff. And we'll talk about gesture work a little bit. We haven't really done that in a while. If anyone wants to do a longer format study, I'm probably going to work my way up to like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. But if anyone wants to go longer and make like a full drawing, go for it. I do find gestures are really helpful for just kind of having to make quick decisions and looking and kind of analyzing reference or observation. If you're at a coffee shop or something, you can also do this quickly, just like doing gesture studies with people around you, or if you're at work, or if you have family sitting around, like wherever you are. This is like doing quick gesture studies is something that's really easy to do if you keep like a small sketchbook with you whenever you're out shopping or doing stuff, running errands. It's always a nice thing to do. Sometimes if I have time, I'll like when I'm at the mechanic shop or something, like I'll sit there and do some sketches. Anyway, but for now, let's do some quick basic studies. And of course, as always, guys, if somebody out there wants to do warm-ups, but you want to do a different study of some kind, the way that this works is you can draw whatever you want, as long as it's work safe. If you want to share it with me, that is. I mean, you do what you want on your own time, but if you want me to share it at the end on screen, be sure to drop it in the Discord. That's probably the easiest way to show me what you're working on. You can also drop links in the chat if, like, again, as long as they're work safe. But yeah, at the end of the session, I will kind of show what everybody warmed up with. So it does not have to be what I'm doing. This is just what I need to do. I try to do at least one figure drawing session a month. So this is my monthly figure drawing session. I'd love to be able to go to an actual life drawing class again. As always, when we do these, I highly recommend if you have the money or if you have the access to do something like that, it's definitely recommended to do in-person live figure drawing sessions, but I don't have access to or funds for that at the moment. So this is what I'll be doing. But let's see, figure drawing. There we go. But I hope everyone's doing well. Oh my goodness. I forgot to, hold on guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to post this on Instagram. I always forget something, and it's always Instagram. Instagram is too inconvenient, guys. I need help. Does anybody know a really good social media manager who will work for peanuts? Because that's all I can offer. Let's see. Thank you again, Amaze, for posting that Pinterest link. I was about to start looking for it, and then I was like, no, wait. Amaze has posted it. Although it should not be defaulting to Chrome. I need to change Firefox to my default browser. Alrighty, so as usual when we do these, I like to start with a basic anatomy study. I feel like I've done the musculature the skeleton quite a few times with these, so I think today I'm going to do a muscle study. I want to find like a good muscle reference. That's always tough. I never know what I can trust here on the interwebs anymore. I think I've used this one before just to reference, but I don't think I've actually studied this one. So I'm going to maybe do a quick muscle study here. Boink, boink, boink. And it is super helpful, as always, to just, even if you don't draw from this stuff, to just have this stuff handy. You can find this in the anatomy section of that link that's at the top of chat. So I'm just pulling stuff that I've already got pinned because we've used these a few times. Yeah, and I'll just have this one up. I'm pretty sure I drew this one last time, so. It's so bright. Sorry for the brightness. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you guys. It probably doesn't matter. For some reason I can't get Firefox or Pinterest to default to dark mode, which is a little annoying. But yeah, it's just helpful to have these things on hand so that if you're having trouble with a reference, if you're like not sure what you're looking at in a pose, you can always reference back to these and be like, oh, there's muscles here in the leg, that's what's making that weird shape. Or, oh, I see where the shoulder blades are and how they're positioned against the rib cage, so that's where that would be. And it can just sort of help you out, I think, a little bit. But yeah, let us say hello to everybody first, and then we'll get started. Paleontologist VA, welcome on in. Good to see you. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Amaze, of course, thanks for being here. Appreciate your help. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. And Silvolp, I don't know why I had trouble saying that. Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Rio-san, hey, hey. How's it going? I hope you guys are all having a good Tuesday. Weimar98, howdy, howdy. Nice little cowboy hat there. Who wants to work today? Me neither. Let's go home. Well, today is my work day in the studio, so, and I am home, actually. For those who've never been here before, when I'm working from my at-home station, welcome to my living room. This is my backup station for when I can't make it to the studio in time, or I don't have time to go, or I can't, after work, if I need to, like my day job, if I need to do a quick few things, I can work from home easily. And, yeah, anyway, this is my corner of my living room. That's my air conditioning right behind me. There you go. Ungoy, also. Howdy, howdy, good to see you. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it. Suntroa, good morning, good morning. Empire Kitties Tavern, hello, hello. Testing out using Metricool, nice. That's awesome, yeah, I use Metricool and Buffer. I think we talked about this, but I highly recommend those, for sure. It's just, even just finding the time to schedule stuff on those programs sometimes is more than I have time for. One day, I will have a short enough to-do list where I can actually sit down and schedule out a month of posts. That's like my goal. My social media goal for the year is to have 1 month. 1 month this year that is pre-planned and everything just goes out and I don't have to think about it and I can just interact with people on social media and then move on with my day, but have not gotten there yet. Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, and you guys have discovered the game things. Yes, we have some voting going on with the games right now, guys. You can vote on one or both of these. We can either replay Journey or make me play Okami again. I don't have a date for those, so just keep that in mind, guys. I don't know when my roommate's going to be out of town next, and I can only play games from this location in my living room. It's just a rule, kind of like how my sunglasses have 2 places that they live. It's just certain rules I have to live my life by, and that is one of them. TipoTube, howdy howdy, thank you so much for following, I really appreciate that. Yes, EerieCast, hello, and also humans, I know, scary, we're drawing people today, guys. And Blue Skittle, hello, how are you? Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning, or this evening, whatever time it is for you today. Happy time zone, as they say on the interwebs. But, yeah. Alright, I got this, yeah, maybe, possibly, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to set a timer. I really, like I said, I feel like I would improve so much faster if I could actually have access to in-person figure drawing. I really need to brush the rust off with that. If I could, I would love to find some artists here locally that would be willing to go in on just like a timed, like a figure drawing session, like hire a professional, like somebody who does this for like schools or something, hire a model and just like everybody just kind of have an hour to sit there and do some studies. That would be my dream. Because I feel like, I don't know how much they are an hour. It's probably like $40 an hour or something. I would imagine. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's like $100 an hour. But if I could get like 10 artists or something, or even like 5 artists to pitch in, I think that would be super manageable. I just need to find the people who want to do it. I don't know enough artists in the area. Colorado's expensive, guys. People don't stick around very long. I feel like I get to know people and then they leave after a few years. It's very hard to make connections here. So if anyone knows some artists living in Colorado, please let me know, especially if they're in the Denver area. TipoTube, you draw. That's awesome. Well, we have a Discord if you want to share your artwork. I'd love to see it. You can go to the art share section. We also have a works in progress section if you have any sketches and doodles you want to share. We're about to do warm-up studies. I'm setting a timer on my phone right now. I'm going to do 30-second gestures. And I'm going to find an image that's just got a whole bunch of different poses on it because I think that'll be easy to run through. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. Oops, not interaction poses. Hold on. Let's do some gesture studies. Here's a good page. Some nice gestures. Actually, those are all in extreme perspective. Hold on. Let's find one that's slightly less perspective-y. These are pretty good. Okay. So just a friendly reminder, if you do share some stuff today, just try to make sure that it is work safe. If you have unclothed models, make sure that you either don't share that total reference, or you could do what Charzia does and put bikinis on everybody, which is always extremely funny. There we go. Ooh, you know what I like? I have to do this really fast. This is totally off topic, but I quite enjoy being able to draw on things. So this is our motto, guys. We're gonna get the bad drawings out. Just embrace that it's maybe not gonna be the best. It always seems to help a little bit. We're all just here to warm up together, to learn, to grow, and to work through those 1,000 bad drawings that you gotta get through in order to get to the good proficient drawings. So this guy is screaming this at us today, because I like that. He's saying that to us. Let's get the bad drawings out, folks. That is the motto. Okay. So, first step, before I do any of my timed drawings, I think I am going to do a quick study of the muscles. Just very fast. Also just to get some proportions down. This is an artist image, obviously. It's not from reality. That would be creepy, probably. Somehow it would be creepier, I think, than a skeleton. Yeah, no, it's definitely creepier than a skeleton if this was not art. But I'm just kind of trusting and hoping here that it is relatively accurate. I always have my, skeletal reference right here too that I can use and sort of reference to make sure that I've got everything right. But you can see the shape of the rib cage is very different than the shape of the torso. You have to remember there's muscles on top of this, right? So there's quite a few muscles to make this a little bit beefier. So anyway, it's important to have these just to keep in mind all the different things going on in the body. I'm try really hard to get my proportions right here. Got our muscles going this way. Just going to do some quick lines to study where the muscle placements are. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, hey, Loden, how you doing? Hold on. Figuratively speaking, figure art is more than just a... Oh my gosh, how many times can you work figure into this sentence? Then a figure of your... Yes, it is true, although I'm not sure how figurative it is, but I do think you've earned some cheese. There you are. Hope you're doing well, Ludinen. Thanks for hanging out. I also like pointing out where the tendons are. Sometimes you can see, depending on the body fat percentage of the person, sometimes you can actually see these tendons pushing out through the skin, depending on, like I said, body fat percentage and also muscular build. There's a lot of stuff that you can point out. Like right here, you've got a really strong muscle kind of standing out. This is obviously a thinner individual, so you can really see a lot of the tendons, a lot of the muscles when they're flexing. So it's always kind of fun to think about that stuff. You can find plasticized full body muscles of real people. Can you? Santra! What? I am morbidly curious about this. I would like to ask you more information later about that. I also just noticed that I made this torso way too long and/or I made the legs too short. So we're just gonna do that thing you can do with digital art and cheat. There we go. Oh look, it's almost like I know how proportions work. I don't. There's one at the Denver Museum. Oh, is there? I must have missed that. To be honest, I usually, when I go to the DMNS, I usually just go straight to the dinosaur exhibit, the prehistoric animals exhibit, and then I go to the taxidermy areas. Like, I don't really spend a lot of time in the human body sections. All the little muscles in the hands there. Yeah, to be fair, I agree. I agree. That is, I tend to just beeline for those exhibits. I'm like, well, I could go look at the human body, or I could see things I don't get to see all the time, which are dinosaurs, obviously. All right, not the most proportional muscle study I've ever made, but here we go, nonetheless. I stick the important parts in museums. I mean, I just, you know, it's the same reason I like drawing creatures more than people. Creatures are more novel. Like, I see people all the time. I don't know, I'm just not as interested. Never have been, really. If I had more, like, personal characters, I probably would be a little more interested in people. I just don't... I don't know. Even when I was a kid, like, reading books and stuff, I always gravitated toward the books that focused on animals. So I read like the Lassie books, or at least a couple of them. Pretty much any animal adventure story I could get my hands on was kind of what I was interested in. And that really hasn't changed a whole lot. You know, it's pretty much stayed true to form, I think. Yeah, there's my quick muscle study, just to kind of draw out the main muscle groupings here, pay attention to like how the tendons go. It's kind of funny because like you see this, having drawn a lot of like animals and stuff too, you see these same structures in animals. And so like when I'm drawing like, for instance, like a cat leg, I'm always drawing that tendon right there with the hand, the wrist, the toes. Like I see, there's a lot of similarities that you can see right there if I were to draw like a cat arm. So you got that same tendon connecting to the interior part of the ankle. Really fun stuff. Zello Gaming, how are ya? It's good to see ya. So I'm gonna set a timer and I'm gonna do 30-second studies of these right here, and we'll see how I do. But I always like to say, if you are gonna do some gesture, like time gesture studies today, just set a timer on your phone and maybe pull up a page like this. Or I'm sorry, I totally forgot I told you guys I was going to send you some of those websites that do this for you. So let me pull up, there it is, okay. Reference, digital skeleton is one, I think. Oh no, it's no longer available, bummer. That stinks. I used to have a digital, like a 3D model skeleton. Darn, that one's gone. Okay, well, that reference page no longer works. Let's see. Free sample, human anatomy, daily sketch reference, Pose Maniacs. Pose Maniacs is one that I used to use a lot. So here's Pose Maniacs. This is a good one. If anybody needs that, you can use it. I should probably make let me make a bunch of these. Hey Raga, how you doing? Oh, Raga wants me to play Okami again. There's Raga's vote. Eclectic Motives, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. We are just getting started with our warm-up studies. I hope you're doing well, and anybody who'd like to is welcome to join in. You can always join the Discord and share your studies, and this goes for anybody. We'd love to see them. We love to be inspired by each other. Kind of the point of this is to encourage other artists to pick up a pencil and do some studies. It is definitely one of the trickier parts of being an artist. Like, we don't tend to want to do that. There is no third option. Not yet, Raga. Not yet, Raga. But there probably will eventually. I just feel bad because if I have you guys vote on a game, I don't want to build anticipation without a date. So once I have like a day, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I could make a third option anyway. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do too many things at once. But Raga, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. One of these days I won't let you down. Why am I always letting down my mods? I need to be a better streamer. You guys, I can't find... Oh, there, that's why. Hold on. So we have Pose Maniacs, we've got Sketch Daily, we've got Proco, we've got Human Naughty Few Artists. That's a good one, I think. Yeah, here's a good one. This one, there may not be as many free options. I can't really remember. Standing poses. There we go. What's streaming? You don't need that to art that day. Clearly October 1st. Archon Shade, good idea. However, how are you doing? Thanks for being here. I'm just posting a few places you can do timed figure study for free if anybody wants to have a program that does it for them. Free timed figure study. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Line of Action might be a good one. I think this is one that I've used before. Okay, so there's some options. If anybody needs those links, feel free to open those in a tab and use, I think that last one especially does do, you can like set it up to do timed sessions, down to 30 seconds, I guess. But I might try it. I just don't know if I can show the pictures on screen. Like it says you can do clothed models, but I just don't know the quality of them. So I'll have to play with that more before I actually do that on stream. But yeah, feel free to fish around in those places. I should probably pin some of those onto my Pinterest board. I'll make a note to do that later. Oh, somebody told me to hydrate and I don't think I did. It was Skittle. Thank you, Skittle. All right, let's get started. Shura, hey, how's it going? Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate you. You guys, make sure you go follow Shura. There's a lot of artists here in chat today. We got Archon Shade, we got Shura Tosha, we got Amazing Fan. We've got, who else is here? Santroa, who doesn't stream yet, but maybe will someday. Blue Skittle. Did I say Blue Skittle already? Hey, Mayor of Canada, how you doing? Sorry if I missed you in chat. Yeah, lots of folks. Lots of folks. Yanguluru is in here too. Oh, that rhymed. Cute. I mean, you're a streamer for streaming, aren't you? I listen. Listen. We're giving all the kudos today. All the kudos. I think you do games, right? But aren't you being a part of streaming? Can you do art streams? I feel like are you misleading me? I'm very confused now. Hold on. Maybe I'm questioning everything that I know. I'm almost positive. It says you stream in the art category sometimes. I'm confused. You've confused me, Archon Shade. Listen, I'm not a pro streamer. I just show up and people draw with me sometimes. Hey, Isel, how's it going? Good to see ya. The world may never know. Okay, I'm gonna start my timer and we're gonna do some timed gesture drawings here. I'm being trolled by chat already. We just got started. Yeah, thank you, Pyrokitties Tavern. See, I'm only 43% professional, okay? You gotta give me some slack. I don't want to know, Mayor of Canada. I don't want to know. Jeez. So much cheese. Okay, hold on. Your day's been kind of a turd. Aw, Isol, I'm sorry to hear that, friend. I hope it gets better. I hope it's less turdy. Those darn days. Okay. 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds. I don't know how to make this repeat. I wonder if there's a way. Hold on, guys. Listen, technology and I sometimes we don't always see eye to eye. Just like on occasion, you know? Just every once in a while. Okay, 30 seconds. And just so everybody knows, if anyone's here for the first time, what I always recommend is you try to draw for 30 minutes a day. That's kind of always my goal. I don't always hit it, especially on days where I'm not in the studio or I'm not able to work. Like right now, I'm able to be at my home station. It is hard when I'm at my day job. I don't always get my sketching in. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to get in the habit of bringing a little sketchbook with me everywhere and actually using it. But I've been really good about carrying it around with me. I've been less good about opening it up because sometimes I get busy at work. So I get it. I get that it's hard to like take time to do that. But most people, I would hope, at least get a 30-minute lunch break. So maybe if you have time today during your lunch break, And if you forgot your sketchbook, maybe grab some printer paper or a napkin or whatever you could find. And yeah, just try to get some observational drawing in. It's always a good way to kind of push through art block, get new ideas, kind of, if anything, it just warms up your observational muscles and your art muscles so that you do want to go do something more creative later. So that's kind of the goal with these. So yeah, study timer. Okay. I don't know if this is going to repeat automatically or not. Wish it wasn't like that. I don't know if this is going to work. Sorry, guys. I've never used my timer on my phone like this. Alright, not 30 minutes. Hold on. 30 seconds. Do not want to do it there. There we go. So hopefully, I think I've set it up to where it'll just, like, when I hit start, I think it'll stop, and then it'll let me stop at 30 seconds, but I think it'll let me refresh. So, okay, here we go. Finally got the timer going. Like I said, you guys can click some of those links in the chat to go to websites that will actually do the timer for you, but if you're like me and you're doing it old school. Alright, ready and starting. So the idea with the gesture study is that you just have to go quickly. You've only got, 30 seconds, and this is hopefully going to help you kind of work out the kinks. And just remember, like, these first drawings are going to be rough. Like, don't feel like I don't know. Don't feel like you're going to just come out the gate making an amazing drawing. For me anyway, it helps if I anticipate that I'm going to be making a poor study, and then that way I cannot feel bad about it. Oh wow, that was fast. Okay, that was my 30-second timer. Okay, wow. Maybe I need a minute. Dismiss. Restart. Okay. I'm gonna get ready and do this other one now. These are my 30 seconds. You feel blessed tonight for eating a salad? Oh, I'm so sorry. You were talking about how you didn't feel great, Mir. Ugh. Well, I hope you feel better now. Yeah, a wet indoor day. Wait. A very wet indoor day? What happened? Wait, why is it do you have a leak? What do you mean wet indoor day? Hold on. I have questions. We'll get back to that. Let me restart my timer here. To be fair, I'm losing a few seconds in the starting. Okay. Or do you mean it's wet outside and that's why you're indoors? To be continued. But yeah, the idea with a quick gesture is that it's helping you to really pick up on the motion of the image. I actually don't like that he's got so many clothes on. Sorry, that sounds worse than it meant to be. What I mean to say is, like, it's obscuring. I can't quite see the muscular details, so I'll have to make sure that I pick poses. I'm going to change this to 32 seconds because it takes me about 2 seconds to get from hitting start to actually putting pen to paper. So we're going to go a little bit higher. Starting with 1 minute 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds is pretty fast, yeah. So these are just meant to be really quick. Most people, when they do a 30-second gesture, are literally just doing this. Like, it's just to get the pose down, and then that's all you do. I'm probably trying to draw too much in 30 seconds, but that's okay. I've always done things the hard way, so why stop now? Okay, but it does really force you to just make a quick decision, right? Like, you don't have time. You don't have time to really, like, waffle with anything, which is kind of helpful. At least for me, I tend to be a waffler. And so it sort of forces you to just think about form and anatomy kind of quickly, you know. Okay, there we go. Dismiss. There's a ringing. Yeah, that's probably me. Oh, thanks, Cecil, for voting on one of the games. Yeah. Right now we're just kind of doing a long form vote with the challenges, guys. So if you wanted to vote on the next game we play, we could finish one of the 2 we've already started, or I could do a new one. I'm rethinking maybe the way that I do those game streams. It also may not happen until like December because I have no idea when I'm next gonna have the apartment to myself on a weekend. So It's just hard to work in. Casey draws man transforming into a werewolf. Yeah, that's what's happening. He's saying awoo. I mean, he's saying let's get the bad drawings out, and then he's turning into a werewolf for sure. Okay. One more 30-second warm up, and go. And like I said, guys, feel free to use your own references. You don't have to. You don't have to do the ones I'm doing. But these are really good for loosening it up, you know. See that tendon we talked about? See it right there in that leg? Very helpful. His arm looks so weird at this angle. There's some weird foreshortening stuff happening here. Didn't even have time to get to his other hand. There we go. Alright. I hear you, phone. Can always get worse, Prue. Hopefully not. Hopefully it gets better. You are a pancaker. We all have moments. Yeah, we do all have our moments. Remnants of the hurricane that made landfall in Louisiana formed into a new system in Atlantic and came back ashore. Oh, wow, Ludnan. Well, stay safe, stay dry as you can. And also, hey Chris, how you doing? And hey Mirror Stepper, I hope you guys are doing well. Hey Tarzia, I'm doing some 30-second gesture studies. I think I'm about to up it to a minute because 30 seconds is just not enough time. But I think 30 seconds is helpful if you've never done one before, just to like try and quickly get what they call like the line of action in, kind of get the main muscle groups in. Think about your big shapes, right? So we got like our chest areas. You can see kind of where I'm doing those shapes. Line of action, all that stuff. So it's a good way to focus on just what we call a gesture. So if you haven't done a gesture drawing before, it is not the same. It is not the same as actually sitting and doing like a study. It's more you're trying to understand movement and motion and kind of how things stack together proportionally on a human body, right? So that's what we're kind of focused on right now. 30 seconds, yeah, they're very quick. They're very quick. I really like them because for me anyway, what I find myself doing when I'm doing figure studies is I get sucked into the details. This is really with any study, but I always want to kind of nitpick on details. And if you do a really, really fast study, like you could even do 15 seconds and literally just have circles, lines, and that's it. But what that does is doing that enough times, like I used to do pages of these whenever we would do like live figure sessions. And if you just do a few pages of those, it kind of works out the stiffness and the like, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but for me, when I sit down to do studies, I kind of just get like really minute really fast, and doing it this way is going to sort of help with that. Also, I just realized I finally looked at my OBS, guys. How come nobody told me my whole screen is moved? I totally forgot I had to do that to get Okami to show correctly here, so I'm sorry, this is going to bother me. Please let me fix my screen. You guys are so polite, just not saying anything. You're like, oh, Casey, just not being a pro, as usual. There we go. Oh, look, you can see my, somehow you can see the music. There we go. Okay. I don't have a better way to do this, guys. I'm so sorry. Not a pro. This is why we have the not a pro command, FYI. If you've ever wondered why, it's because things like this. Okay, there we go. I'm glad Charlie's Dragon, because it just looked now and I was like, wow, it's just like covering up half of chat. Anyway, behind the scenes, guys, this is how it goes. I don't know what I'm doing ever. Bigman, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're feeling good. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Here wolf, there wolf. Chinese Dragon. You love some detail? You do love some detail, Isla. Have we given Isla a shout out yet? I can't remember. I've been really bad about these lately. Hold on. S-O. Why is it not letting me type? Oh, the joys of a wireless keyboard. There we are. You guys go follow Isla. We also have quite a few other artists in chat. We got Rue. I can't remember who's had shout outs already. We got Tarzia. Got Chris Wright. So many folks. Everybody follow everybody. You're all amazing. Everyone's awesome. Please follow everyone. Amazing folks here on Twitch. Okay. Have to get back to Alert so you can double mod for a bit. Oh my gosh, Pikmin, you are so busy on your lunch break. Well, thank you for your efforts modding. As somebody who relies heavily on her mods, I appreciate you for your streamers. I'm sure they do too. But yeah, all the mod love, guys, seriously. If anybody out there is modding for anybody, it is very helpful. Especially on your lunch break, Pikmin. I hope you have time to actually enjoy your lunch too. Yeah, Amaze, you gotta take some breaks, my dude. I always feel like I'm doing that to you, or to any of my mods. I'm like, if you can't be here, if you gotta take care of you, it is okay. But I do appreciate you, but it is also okay for you to appreciate you. Alright, PSA over. Mod love. Mods are amazing. How do you guys have time to chat and draw? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Ray of Sun. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm gonna find, I actually really liked those 30-second poses. I'm gonna do one more set of them. Because like I said, I really do feel like they help you to kind of loosen up and kind of look at the overall gestalt, right? To use a fancy art term, gestalt just meaning like the overall image or the overall feeling of something, rather than like zooming in on the leaves. You kind of miss the forest, right? So that's the idea of a gestalt type approach. So I just feel like, yeah, those quick gestural studies really help you to just kind of loosen up and not get too tight too quickly. And on that note, I think I'm going to tackle this page, because this page has a lot going on. This page has a lot going on, but I think it'll be good. Yeah, the gestalt. You like that, Chris? I'm using my fancy art words today. The gestalt. Oh, a stretch. We should do a stretch. Thank you, Pyro. I don't think I always try to start with a stretch and then I forget to do it. I'm gonna run out of room. I can already tell. Let's put this one here so I can do some studies up top, some studies on the side, some studies over here. I'm gonna do this one next. But yeah, like I said, these are all on my Pinterest board, which is on the top of the on the top of the chat. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna do a quick stretch, guys. Do a little carpal tunnel stretch here. If you've never done this one before, you can always put your hand against a wall if you have a wall handy. Just point your fingers down. I like to do it with my own and kind of pull toward myself. I guess I could go higher up on the wall, but I think this will be better. What does a painter keep on their kitchen table? Gestalt and pepper. Oh my gosh, art jokes. We got art jokes, people. Thank you, Amaze, for throwing cheese at Chris for that. Gestalt and pepper. Oh my gosh. Did you make that up, or is that like a known art joke? Oh, thank you, Ray of Sun. And then of course, guys, don't forget the posture stretch. You can kind of like arch your back. This is pretty much what I'm doing when I do this, by the way. And you push your shoulders together. You kind of like make a C curve with your spine. Oh, hold for 10 seconds. Really try to get those muscles engaged, and then relax. And so that's supposed to put you in like a more naturally upright pose. And over time, if you keep doing that, it should help. So I know I go over that a lot, but I feel like it's important. Artists do not take good care of themselves. I know too many people who have been drawing their whole lives, and they're basically like hunchbacked hermits that like have all these muscle pains and bone aches and stuff. And like, I think it's kind of avoidable if we can just like take care of ourselves ahead of time. Art doesn't have to be an unhealthy habit. And anyway, okay, we are at the gym also, guys. You have to stretch before you work out. It's the rules. I don't make them. Alrighty, let's do some more 30-second permanent shrimps. Yeah, gotta unshrimp, guys. Alright, 30 seconds on the clock. Gonna do a couple more of these. These are really small, so I'm just gonna kind of do my best to infer what I'm seeing here, but let's go ahead and start. Just do a couple. Actually, it's way easier to do them small because I can go a lot faster. Ooh, that's almost too small. I don't know if I can actually study as well from this as I'd like, because I can't quite see all the detail. But that's pretty much what it should be. Oh, I don't have any more time. I have nothing else to do. Guess I'll shade. There we go. Let's do another one. Make it a little bigger, maybe. Yeah, these might be too small for me to work from, actually. Because I can't quite see what he's doing. Like, I can't make out the... Shoot. Really can't make out the poses. Alright, I'm just gonna cancel that timer and just go fast on these because they're little. These bigger ones down at the bottom I should be able to do. Gotta find big enough references, note to self, so you can actually make out the anatomy. But still, it is helping me to kind of loosen up, I suppose. These are almost like very similar poses, actually. He's kind of up on his heels on that one, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think about how small some of these were at the top, but that's okay. That's okay. These ones on the side might be a little bit better. Of course, the ones at the bottom are good. Oh no, my hand's in the way. I can't do that one. Didn't think that through before I started my timer. This is a nice pose. Love a good action pose, honestly. Figure sketching websites. Yeah, I put a few links to those in the chat, Charzia. I think it was maybe before you got here. I have to vet those pictures first. That's why I'm not using them today. I really need to be better. What I need to do is go look up a bunch and pin them to my Pinterest board in the human section so that I can find them faster. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have anything up here that would be bad. So that's why I'm not using those today. But you guys feel free to, if you want me to, I can repost some of those links. Let me scroll up and I'll make them in a little pin with the other reference page. That way you guys can find what you need. Here's a good one that has a good timer. Here's a good one that has like some digital, like muscular and skeletal ones. And here is another one that's pretty good that I've used in the past. And to be fair, a lot of these are older, so I have no idea actually. Some of them may not work anymore. But here's all my references, guys. Sketch sites, figure, sketch sites, there we go. And then, oops. My Pinterest. Here we go. And I will try to get those up if I remember. We could pin that one, I think. I have a hard time pinning on OBS. Let's see. Unpin. Oh, thanks, Amaze. I was having a hard time. I don't mean to interrupt you, Amaze. I'm sure you're trying to draw. So if you ever need to draw, don't feel like you have to stop what you're doing to like pin things or do stuff. There we go. Some have the ability, yeah, some of them do. I feel like one time I tried to do like a clothed session on one of the sites, and it only had like 6 images, and I kept repeating, so I was like, well, that one's not as useful. So I just need to go vet a few. You have no memory of doing that. We've probably talked about it before, Charlie's Dragon, but I'm glad. I hope you're able to take advantage of those sometime. Yeah, there's all the pins. Thanks again, Amaze, for helping out with that. And okay, let me start my timer. I'm gonna do another 30-second pose. I'm gonna finish this page really fast, and then I'll get into some longer gesture studies. I love gestures, guys. They're so fun. It's like, this is how I want to draw all the time, so I think that's part of why I like it. Because it's like, for me, gesture, like, it gets the point across, and I'm ready to move on. And I don't have to sit there and do, like, fiddly details. But I know that sometimes I need to do the fiddly details, so I should always be a little more practiced at it. Alright, I'm just gonna do these. That one was like a 10-second gesture. My hand is in the way and I can't see what I'm doing here very easily. So I'm gonna shrimp for a second because this is the only way that I can draw this because my Huion is down below me and I need to fix that. Okay. Cancel. That was a 15. These are going too fast. Okay. I just can't see enough to add more detail is the problem. They're too tiny. They're too tiny. Some really nice foreshortening though in these. Good foreshortening practice for sure. There we go. Cancel. Alright, let's do this one. These two will be fun. Actually decent sized images so I can actually get a better idea of what I'm looking at here. What a pose, you guys. Holy cow, look at how his feet are turned. That looks extremely uncomfortable in some ways. That's very funny. Cowboy's running from himself. Line of action. That's crazy though. This is very awkward to draw, mostly because I can't see what I'm drawing. Okay. Dismiss. Let's find, I'm gonna position my page better next time. Okay, I'm feeling nice and loose. I'm gonna go to 1 minute poses now. And I'm gonna go find a few. Let's do some female poses this time. An art class asked if an athlete would be willing to be the live model for them. They decided that he was a real poser. Oh my gosh, you Loden. You are on a roll today, friend. That's very funny. In a controversial move, the King's Court hired a mime in an effort to guide people toward the castle grounds. The court had determined that the mime was going to make for a great court gesture. You are really like building up to these. Holy cow. Loden, you know, some of us warm up with art and others of us warm up with intense wordplay. And I think you know which one you are today. I like that. Oh my goodness, too funny. Okay, I'm gonna go find some female gesture poses now. There's so many good ones, guys. Ooh, these are excellent. I'm gonna be left-hand man. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of these just because the picture is really long. But these are really good. I'll put them down here, I think. There we go. Okay. I learned my lesson. I cannot draw on the left side of the page, so we're just going to draw over here to the side and below. That is what we will do, and then I will take a photo of the next one on the next go round. But I'm going to do minute poses now, so let me up my timer here to 1 minute. These will still be pretty quick, but at least I can have a little more time. Maybe do some shading or something. Okay, Colin Mockery is one of your favorite comedians. He is great. Colin Mockery is great. He has a great name too. Casey Afternoon, is it? Sort of. I mean, not really. These are clothed figures. Oh boy. Yeah, they're super important, right, Rue? Thanks for joining for them. And like I said, guys, even if you don't want to, you don't have to share your work, but if you want to share to encourage other artists to like draw, or just to encourage people who want to learn how to draw, you can always join the Discord and get inspired there. If you are a streamer of any kind, we have a stream share section as well. Feel free to post your stream anytime you go live in there so that we can all know when to come hang out with you. And also, if you want to share your warm-up studies, we have a warm-up studies section of the Discord. So feel free to drop your studies of any kind, whether they are figure drawings or otherwise. As long as they are safe for work, I'm happy to share them at the end of stream. So that's usually where I go to kind of show those things off. But if you If you want to post in chat, just make sure that you highlight the link, or make sure you wait till I'm doing the show and tell part so I don't miss your link. I know it's a little harder too if you are a traditional media person, but you can always post, like take a photograph and post that in the Discord if that's easy, or if you prefer not to use Discord, upload it to like Imgur or something like that, and then share the link in chat. So, all right, let's do a minute study now. At least I'm gonna do a minute study. You guys do what you want. I'm gonna work on the studies up for a minute. The Mexican hairless dogs and those bald cats would be less. Wait, what? Zolo dogs? Why are you talking about Zolo dogs and sphinxes? I think you lost me. Oh boy, I'm so sorry. It's afternoon for you, Charlie's Dragon. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, perhaps? Always wanted to say that to somebody who understands. All right, minute on the clock. Actually, a minute and 2 seconds, because that's how long it takes me to press the button and get my pen to paper here. Okay, and go. No, wait, hold on. I messed it up. I did not have the brush tool engaged. There we go. Tradoon! oh, because they're hairless slash. Thank you for translating. Thank you for translating that, Charlie's Dragon. I am not always the sharpest knife in the box, as they say, or sharpest knife in the block. Anyway, I'm gonna start this now. Sketching time for 1 minute. Let's go. Gesture, gesture. So I'm trying to think about like where the bones are, you know, like where the muscles are, like how the proportions of the arm is like coming down here so you can see part of the forearm there. All that stuff is important, you know. Oh, a Bilby, I see you there, Paradox Moose. Well, we will get to that after the gesture drawings. I love your commitment to the Draw Me an Animal game. Right, there we go. Dismiss. Okay, let's do another one here. I'm gonna draw you right here, I think. Line of action. Basic gesture here. Trying to get my proportions locked in first before I go. Wow, this is quite a thin model. You can really see the whole rib cage here. There's some nice little hand gestures too. Don't have time to do all of those, but really nice muscle study on this figure. Alright, done with that one. Timer, let's go. There you were. You have modeled a few times, so in your experience the latter, what would be harder to draw, a Bilby or a Paradox Moose? Wait, you've been an art model, or are you just kidding? Gotta go fast, it's true, gotta go fast. Oh, you were about to suggest one. Well, shoot. One of the few that got your bald head correct? Wait. Oh, nice! Did you draw this? Also ads? It's a very nice drawing. Oh, sorry for the ads, guys. We're going to take a little stretch break during the ads here so that nobody misses anything. I am going to write 1 minute studies, though. I feel like my 1 minute studies and my 30-second studies are pretty dang similar. Like, I feel like I'm not feeling as rushed on the 1 minute, which I probably need to still go fast, but then do shading or something. Quick stretch time, guys. Quick stretch. Hydration break, all that good stuff. Ooh, I'm a little sore actually. So I went to the Rock and Mineral show and I carried around a big bag. It got heavier as the day went on because I kept putting, you know, rocks in it. So I've got like this knot right here. I really need to get one of those like at-home massager things. Oh, it feels really good actually. Let's just do this while I wait for the ads. Oof. Also, I have 1 minute left. Maybe I can move my laundry. No, I'll wait till after we're done. Did I share my rocks? Do you guys want to see my rocks? I'm making my rocks. I'm not going to wait for an answer. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go get my rocks. Somebody asked to see my rocks. Sorry, guys. Oh, hey, I got back before the ad break. Perfect. Oops, I dropped my rocks. You guys, this is not all the rocks. I actually found some on the ground too. Oh no, this one had a little flake off. Yeah, let's talk about rocks for a second. All right, so little pause from the figure drawing because who was it? Ungoy wants to see my rocks. So, how do I do this? Nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on, that's upside down. Well, oh, here we go. Okay, ugh, I don't like this giant face. Okay, so here's one I got. I really struggled. You guys, I spent way too long picking out zebra calcite. So zebra calcite, here's one that shows the striations really nicely. So it's a type of calcite, which by the way, calcite's like the cheapest of all the rocks. I only had $3. There's chart calcite. I only had $3 to spend because I forgot to withdraw money before I went to the rock show, which turned out to be good because I probably would have spent at least $30. You guys, isn't this a pretty piece? So I really struggled and like waffled about which one of these to pick. These were about 25 cents each, but you know, when you only have $3, you got to be choosy. So this is zebra calcite. I didn't have any of these, but these are actually polished already. So they were at this booth that does like lanterns and stuff based off of these. And so I was they're just like bits essentially that had broken off of that process, and they run them through a polisher, and so they just look really nice. But zebra calcite is basically, so the calcite I learned is the white parts. So the white parts are calcite, and then there's usually it's usually kind of like mushed up with different types of rock, and I think one's like malachite, and there's like a few other types that tend to be found in zebra calcite, but they can be different. So yeah, GeoGym is a great place to go learn about. He's a geologist who streams here on Twitch. You guys should go follow GeoGym. Then I found this one. Okay, and like look how the cut really shows, like, can you guys see how pretty that is? Like I looked at this one for a long time and I almost left it, but it just shows the different layers so uniquely. I mean, look at this. This almost looks like a piece of cake, right? Like this looks like candy. In fact, it's really funny because when I did post these on my Instagram stories, and everybody was like, "Oh, these look like food." This one also looks like cake. But anyway, I was like waffling because all of these rocks together that I got. So I got these at this booth, and then I got these other two calcites because these were like 25 cents each. Basically, it was by weight. It was like $4 a pound, and since these are so small, but I didn't have these colors of calcite yet. I have some red calcite that I got, like reddish brown, that I got last year or 2 years ago maybe. And so I was looking for the types I didn't have. This one you can't see as nicely on the screen, but it's actually got some like browns and reds in it, like right over here you can see. Anyway, it's really, really lovely, and I loved all of the like, yeah, just the details. You can't really pick it up on this camera, unfortunately. But it's just a really nice little piece. They're very small. This one I liked because, okay, this one, something happened in the polisher. So it's really, really shiny on one side. So let me see if I can get it to focus on the rock, not my face. So it's really shiny on this side. And then this side did not get polished. So do you see how it's like the raw, like the matte side right here? Like, you can see how it's not as sparkly right here in this whole section. So I really liked it because you could really see the difference of like the raw natural stone versus what it looks like when it's polished. I thought this was actually, I'm sure it's like a mess up piece that maybe somebody wouldn't want, and it's super small, but I just thought it had a really good variety, and I don't know, I really like it. But anyway, when I was checking out, let me go back to the other screen so you're not looking at my giant face anymore. When I was checking out, I kind of picked like these three and this one and the blue one, and this was gonna be basically $3. And it was just under, it was like $2.80 or something. And I was like, well, I only have $3. And he was like, well, if you just want to go pick out another piece, if it's a little bit over, it's okay. So he let me take this one. It was very nice. Because this one I was really sad to leave behind because I thought it was such a good example of, like I said, the striations. Anyway, those are my rocks. I have more. I need to get like a better way to display them. Because right now I just have like, it's really like a little bookshelf thing that hangs on the wall. And it's not well designed for holding stuff. One of these days I'll go take a picture and I'll just post it on Discord so you can see all of my rocks, but those are the rocks I got this year. Anyway, we're not here to talk about rocks. Thank you for letting me be distracted. Yeah, GeoGem, thank you, Charlie. Here, let me give GeoGem a shout out because I do lurk on his channel sometimes just to learn about stratigraphy? Just kind of how rocks are layered and what's going on with them. So he's a good one to hang out with. Here on Twitch. So you guys, if you want to learn more about rocks and geology, and if you have questions about rock layers and how they can know how old rocks are and how the metamorphosis of things, go follow GeoGem. He is a geologist that streams on Twitch. They're basically just like free geology classes, and he does Q&A. Super, super cool. So definitely go lurk over there if you are interested in rocks, if you want to learn more about minerals and gemstones, all that stuff. He'd be a good one. Rocks are nature art. They do. Do I rock sculpt? No, I don't have the equipment to rock sculpt. Looks like it has big old cartoony eyes. Wait, which one? Oh, this one? This one? Maybe a little bit. I can see that. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought they were really cool. And I didn't have any zebra calcite, so now I do. Did you try to point some light through them? Ooh. We could do that right now. I have a phone flashlight. Oh, my camera's about to die. You guys, look at this. Oh, you can't see it. It's too bright, but it's like this really beautiful yellow. Nope, it's too bright on my but it's like a really lovely yellowish glow. Yeah, you guys can't see that. Let's try it through a thicker one. Nope. This one would be nice and green. No, they're just gonna all look really bright to you guys because it's too bright. Anyway, this one is not very bright, so you can kind of appreciate the blue a little bit better. So pretty! Okay, that's a great idea. I also know that you could, like if you have regular, like there's some rocks I've gotten while hiking that when I was hiking it was like raining and they were in puddles and they're super brightly colored, and then once they dry they just look like regular gray rocks. It's really fascinating. So one of these days I'll take pictures of those and show you. But let's get back to figure drawing. Sorry, I did squirrel a bit there. This is what happens when you ask me about rocks. They're just cool. What is that? It was a rock. This is calcite. Calcite. It's a very, very cheap, very common mineral. I got all this calcite for $3. So if you ever go to a rock show, just know calcite's beautiful, but they're very cheap and they're easy to find. So don't let somebody sell you expensive calcite, okay? It's not worth the price. What's a schema? Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, let's draw. Sorry, I got really excited there. I also had some caffeine this morning, so it's probably not helping me. Probably not helping me. I'm a little bit even more distractible than I normally am. So I'm at a disadvantage here. Let's get back to drawing. Thank you for indulging me. Let's move on. I'm going to draw this one right here. We're going to put a minute on the clock. Not too bright. No, you're perfect. You're great, PJ. Don't worry about it. Let me turn the brightness on my phone down, though, because my phone's about to die. Minute on the clock. Okay. Do I have any backlight rocks? I just need a pickaxe and some gumption to go out and get my own. I mean, I do pick them up when I hike. That's like half of my rock collection is just stuff that I found. I think you're technically not supposed to do that, but I only take little ones. I only take little tiny ones. I think the biggest one that I've ever taken was off of the Ozarks in Arkansas because it looked like kind of want to show you that rock now. You guys, we need a rock redeem so I can just show you some rocks. Except for I don't have any at my studio, so it would be a useless redeem there. Anyway, we'll let me know later if you guys want to see that one. Okay, back to the figure studies. What's a schema? So a schema, for anyone who's wondering, we'll talk about it later. Oh wait, hold on. Pause, cancel. Let's try that again. Let me get ready first. Alright, I'm going to draw one more here, starting for a minute, and canceling because I messed up, starting for a minute again. There we go. Okay. I hope you guys are having good studies. I'm sorry that I just randomly got distracted by rocks. Hey Pandarius, how you doing? Give me one sec. I am trying to not be hyper distracted right now. I'm actually extremely excited about rocks right now. Like, all I want to do is go show you guys my rock collection. Oh, Ungoy, look what you've unleashed. It's Pandora's rock box. Casey adores rocks. Casey adores rocks? There's so many things you can do with that. It is a very fun show. If anyone ever gets a chance to go to the Denver Rock and Mineral Show, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, but gesture studies, guys, the reason, for anyone who just got here, the reason we're doing these quick studies is it's easier not to get, like, caught up in the details if you force yourself to go quickly, and then you can, like, make quick decisions, fix your proportions. It actually trains you to do big shapes first a little bit better, which is why I need to do more of these. Maybe I should start doing gesture studies in animals, too. I'll have to think about that next time. You would like Core Keeper? It's one of the... What is Core Keeper? Oh, somebody told me to add Hollow Knight to my list as well. I need to do that. Do I have any blacklight rocks? I do not, to my knowledge. I'm sure, Ungoy, if I put a blacklight on some of my rocks, I'm sure some of them would glow. Just because I have a broad variety, but I don't know which ones they would be. I don't have a blacklight. I just think they're neat. They are neat, Paradox Moose. Also, Pandarius, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Let's go and do some more studies. And just another reminder, folks, if anybody wants to submit any images to the show and tell part, we're going to be doing that here in about 10 minutes. So this is kind of your 10-minute warning. If you had any gesture drawings or studies, like if you did a longer study today, feel free to drop any studies as long as they're work safe into the warm-up studies section of the Discord. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be going over those. This is my only stream for today, FYI, guys. So I try to go a little longer on these sometimes, but today I still have a lot of stuff I didn't get finished yesterday because of my stinking appointment after my stream. I just really did not have the time I wanted. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter than I normally do at Tuesday, but we will definitely make the time to share any studies that you have. So however long that needs to take is fine, but I'll be stopping at about 11:30. Okay, gesture for a minute, and then I'm going to do some 5-minute gestures, I think. Oh, thanks, PJ. Eventually I will put up a different, like a vote on a new game challenge thing as well. Oh no, I'm spinning too long. I forgot to do shapes. I thought I was doing 5 minutes. It's only a minute. Help. Gesture, gesture, gesture. Man, I need to do more gesture days. These are actually really fun. I forgot how much I liked doing gesture studies. I way prefer this to doing long format drawing. So once you get your basic shapes in, then you can go back and start refining things if you have time. It's always a good plan. Add some shadows, do whatever you need to do. Okay. Finish my 1-minute studies here. Give a nice little curve to the body here, nice line of action. Thinking about muscles as I do this, by the way, so like I'm trying to think about how the muscles all attach, And remember to try and look at your reference more than you're looking at your drawing, because that's going to make sure that you're actually drawing what you see rather than what you think you see. So just try and do that as much as you can. It's going to help you correct mistakes faster, see more, kind of it's going to help you think about form and position a lot by doing that. So she says as she totally mangles this pose. Ah, do as I say, not as I do. There we go. Okay, moving on to the last minute one. And I'll do a couple of 5 minutes, and then we'll see what you guys have got up to in the last hour and a half. While I was looking at rocks and everybody else was drawing, you know, being productive and being on task. And just remember, if anyone is watching this, like if you got here late, if you watch this later, you can find all of these on my Pinterest board. I think it's Casey Snow is my Pinterest name. It's either Casey Snow or Casey Snow Art. One of the two is my old teacher page. I forget which one it is every time. I think it might be Casey Snow. But yeah, feel free to follow that account. You can follow either one, I guess. Like if you're a teacher or a homeschool person, there's lots of teaching lesson plans on one of them. Yeah, okay, there's my 1 minute pages. Takes longer to find the references and set up the files than it does to draw. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, yeah. These 1 minute sketches are pretty good. This one is very squished looking. Yeah, a little more time to refine, I guess, than the 30-second poses. I do feel like I'm warmed up quite a bit, so these have actually been really helpful for warm-ups today. All right, I'm gonna find a couple to do some 5 minute poses, 5 minute gestures from. And then, yeah, I gotta make sure I don't use the ones we've already used here. Let's see. And then we're gonna look and see what you guys got up to. So again, if you wanna drop something in the Discord, you've got about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes to do so. Or maybe about 10 minutes. I guess if I do 2 5-minute gestures, that will be 10 minutes. Here's a nice one. Let me find... Oh, these are good. These are some nice foreshortened poses here. They are not high definition though, which is not helpful. Ooh, these are nice. Oh, too bad that they're not real people. Ooh, I found some excellent hand reference though. Hold on. Got distracted by hands. Okay. Let's go back. I'm trying to find some that aren't super foreshortened. There's quite a few on here that are. Let's go back to my board. Oh yeah, saving. I've definitely saved at some point on this stream and certainly did not just save for the first time. Alright, I'm just gonna do this one. It's not 2 pictures on one, but it is a really nice image. So it's a good pose. We'll do this one. It's a nice high definition image. Hopefully it'll be a good study. Sorry, Maze. I know, I let you down constantly. I'm so sorry, so sorry. Okay. Okay. Five-minute timer. So I'm still going to go fast with the underdrawing, and then I'm going to go back and kind of refine. So I think I'm actually going to switch to a lighter, like more lower opacity sketcher so that I can go back and define areas that I want to define a little bit more clearly. Let's do a finer line. There we go. Okay, and 5 minutes. So I got the rib cage, got the hip area. Trying to think about bones and muscles and all that stuff we were studying earlier. Remember, you can always like keep your bone and muscle reference kind of within eye shot so that you can look over and glance at it while you're doing this to sort of help you figure out what you're seeing in the reference. But just try to do, when you do the longer ones, still do your quick gestures so you can make sure you do a quick proportion check, and then you can kind of go back and fix once you've got that down. The light here really helps define the pose though, which I like. Helps you see the anatomy a little bit better. Play a song for me. I'm going to add some shadow. Help me define some of these shapes a little bit better. Is there a way to set autosave? I think some programs do come with an autosave, PJ. I don't know if Krita is one of them. Amaze would probably be somebody to ask about with that program, but I know Clip Studio has an autosave feature, and so does Photoshop. Those have saved me in the past when I've had a crash or something happen. I'm having a lot of trouble right now with my at-home, or my studio computer actually crashing more than I would like it. This computer that I'm working on now has only crashed a handful of times in its entire existence. I built it in 2015, and I'm extremely frustrated that my brand new one that I just built, that's supposed to be a much higher end system, cannot apparently handle certain things. So I need to figure out what's going on there and if I need to replace some parts. Krita has autosave? Nice. I'll have to look into that. Alright, well, I'm out of things to shade. I've still got a minute, actually about 2 minutes, so I guess I'll just try and refine some stuff. So I'll get into the details a little bit. Maybe add the face or something. Tends to be the most complex feature. I think my anatomy might be a little off on this leg, because one of the shadows is sort of warping it in my drawing, but that's okay. Faces always take so much time. I think I made her face too small. Alright, I hear you, I hear you. Okay, let's find another one. Yes, the habit of saving manually is a good one for sure. Let's do another boy. So 5-minute warning, guys. If you wanted to be part of the showcase, go ahead and start thinking about taking some screenshots or some photographs and dropping them into the warm-up study section. We're going to be looking at those here in just a second. Let's do a different body type. This is a good one. I don't know if it's interesting enough though. I want to do a more action pose. Couple of good ones here, hold on. I think I have this one saved already. Yeah. This one down here. Oops. There we go. Alright, set my timer. Cancel that, restart my timer because it wasn't ready. And last one, starting now. Nope, starting now. There we go. Get my proportions in here. There's a little bit of a line of action here. Not as much as some of the other poses. It's definitely not as dynamic, but I can still check my proportions. Drew him a little too big, so he's not totally fitting. That is okay. Definitely a few proportion issues on this one, I think, because I can't see the whole thing at once, but I'm trying to fix them. Sometimes my tendency to stylize also gets in the way a bit, but that's okay. Alright. I think I spent too much time as a kid drawing Dragon Ball Z people, because I can definitely feel some of my schema showing its ugly head here, but that's okay. Just need to make sure I'm trying to draw what I actually see, really studying the things, not just glancing at where stuff is, but actually looking at the shapes of things on this particular individual, just so I can make sure I have some of that individual variation, right? What is schema? We'll talk about schema. I'll talk about it after I'm done. I got 2 minutes left, and then we'll talk about schema. Thank you for asking, Charzia. Such a good question. Let's make sure everyone understands what schema means. It has a lot of definitions, depending on how you're using it. Made this forearm too long. He's got like monkey arms. Hold on. Don't really have time to be doing that, but that's okay. I also think I just made this leg maybe a little too small, a little too tiny in the distance. Or this one too small too. I don't know. I gave him chicken legs on accident, guys. What can I say? It's a bad habit. There's a chair here. I'm not going to draw it. I'm just going to imply the chair. Chair. Chair is implied. Okay. This leg I did not do a very good job on. Teacher's pet or slightly trolling Amaze. The line is unclear. You sound a little jealous there, Amaze. All right. I hear you. I wanted to finish the shading. Alright, so this is 5 minutes and like 10 seconds. Okay. Artsy Bible Nerd, hey, how's it going? Good to have you. We are doing some warm-up studies today. We just wrapped up. I'm trying to just imply the shadow here a little better. Just wrapped up the studies for today, and I'm gonna get into the show and tell portion here in a second. Yeah, it's nice to meet you as well. Hope your day's going good. So a schema, guys. Since we asked what a schema was, a schema would be like if you spent. Okay. We've talked about this before. I'm just gonna do a quick drawing for anyone who hears me use this word. The way I use it applies more to art schema, but schema is like a psychology term. It just means like a pat answer for something, or like kind of a package. It's like a here's the way I approach this, sort of a mental thing. And when this happens in art, a lot of the time, the way I like to talk about it is like you kind of learn how to draw in schema a lot of times when you're a kid, but it's something that kind of sticks with you. So a lot of people, for example, if I were to say, hey, draw a tree, a lot of people are going to do what we call broccoli trees. You learn this symbol or this schema as a kid. This isn't really a tree. It represents a tree. It's like a quick answer to something. Or if you spent, eyes can be a schema. That's a good one, Rue. Like a lot of people, especially if you watched a lot of animation as a kid, you're going to learn like a schema for drawing eyes, right? Especially like anime style eyes, right? So it's like, this is an eye, it has lashes and it's got this particular shape and it's got these big shiny spots. And what you can do on accident a lot of times is you can study a schema rather than developing your art skill. And so when I say schema, like for me, one that I had to break as an adult was drawing like DBZ face. So I learned how to draw this from just like years of drawing Dragon Ball Z characters. Like I can still do this, right? Because it's something that I practiced a lot. They had these like eyebrows went like this, and they had these eye shapes, right? There's always a triangle nose for a shadow, a lot of yelling. So like this is a schema, right? The necks always came out like this. Like what I really did was I studied Akira Toriyama's style, or the animation style, and that became like the way that I drew stuff for a long, long time, right? Schema right there. So schema is like something that you've memorized as a way to relay a topic. And you see that a lot. You see that a lot in people who grew up reading comics or watching anime or watching Disney. It just happens. It's just something that it's a very human thing to do, right? You get inspired by something and you want to draw that thing. And so what you find a lot of times is as you get older, if you pursue art, you have to eventually break down that schema. And the only way to do that is to draw what you actually see, not what you think you see. So this whole thing, I was not drawing from a reference, right? Like this was all memorized from studying a style. And so what we're trying to do with warm-up studies is we're trying to break down our schema, our assumption about what things look like, and draw what we actually see. Another good way to talk about it, if not using animation as an example, is like noses in animals. A lot of people really like cats and dogs, right? Which is fine because, they're great. But what you end up doing is when you draw any kind of an animal, you end up with an accidental schema. You have like, this is what a cat nose looks like, or this is what an animal nose can look like, right? Or you can draw a dog nose, right? So these are the two, I see these a lot. And so what happens is you go to draw like a bear or a rabbit or something, or a deer, and you'll find yourself just like drawing one of these nose types on that animal based on what your schema is. And if you actually look at what a dog or like a bear or a rabbit or a deer, what their noses actually look like, they're very different than dogs and cats. But you find yourself doing it. I've even done it on accident while I'm drawing from a reference. You'll start to draw a rabbit and you're like, oh, I know what a rabbit, like you're just naturally, you assume you know what the nose looks like. So you don't look at the nose, you don't study the reference, you're just drawing what you think you see. And so that's part of why when we do these studies, I always try to say, spend more time looking at the reference than looking at your drawing, because the more time you're spending actually studying and looking at the reference, you'll start to notice like differences, like different eye shapes in humans, different nose shapes. Like how do I break this nose shape into basic lines to apply this to the drawing? And over time, that's how you develop your own style. That's how you develop your own way of, like, your own methodology for creating things. It's fine to study a style, and it's fine to be inspired by anime or Disney or whatever, but if you want to actually progress past the point of just copying a style, you have to break that schema. So you'll hear me say schema sometimes. Charzia is teasing me. Amaze jokes that, we need a schema counter, because I haven't really talked about it as much, I feel like, in recent streams. But drawing from reference and studying, especially if you have the opportunity to like take a sketchbook to a coffee shop, or go to a live figure drawing session, or go to the zoo, or go to a museum, like anytime you can force your brain to actually convert something that is already three-dimensional and put it into something that is two-dimensional, you're going to force yourself to really study that thing instead of copy. There's a big tendency when you have a flat, like an image like this that's already flat, it's really easy to fall into the realm of copying the reference rather than studying the reference. And so we try to talk about that too, because the more studying you can do, the more you're going to break down that schema, and the faster you're going to improve. And that's part of why we do the art gym, right? It's this kind of study is not always the most exciting as an artist. Like most of us, if you are an artist, even if you're not, it's easy to understand why it's more fun, and it sounds like a better use of your time to just sit and do your own like imaginative drawing and do world building and do all that stuff. And it is a really good use of your time, but you're going to find that the more studies you do, the better your world building is going to get, and the faster you're going to improve with your character, your creature concepts, your costume design, all that stuff. So yeah, that's part of why we do this. And thank you for asking, Charzia. I got to go on my little schema rant. I'm trying to condense it so I don't just go on and on, but I know that was kind of long. It's quite formative. Let's see, Dallas AT. Hello, welcome on in. Quite formative in figure drawing and studying light. Exactly. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. Sorry, I think that's your oh, that's okay. We're happy to have you. You're Dally. You're an art director in video games. Oh, awesome. What kind of games do you work on? I'd love to hear more. Do you do indie games? Do you work for, like, at a big studio? You don't have to do specifics if you don't want to, but I am curious. It's nice to meet you. Charzia, I am extending the drawing time so I can practice more at this art gym by asking this question. Sneaky, Charzia, sneaky, sneaky. Well, you did get an extra 5 minutes out of me, so. You work on Dead by Daylight. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, that sounds really neat. Well, thanks for being here. I'm honored to have you. I do not work in video games, but I am trying to get into illustration and book illustration, that kind of thing. And the art gym here that we do is just sort of my accountability session to do warm-ups and just kind of have people to work alongside with to improve my abilities. But thanks for being here. That's really cool. Listen up, kids, take notes. Hey, that's right, Eric Draws. By the way, guys, if you're not following Eric, speaking of somebody who knows his stuff with character design and studies and stuff, give Eric Draws a follow, folks. He does great work. So here's the ones I did. I just did a bunch of gesture studies today. So we have 5 minutes here. The 1 minute studies are down here. And then, of course, these are 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So I didn't really, we had to take a break to talk about rocks, guys. So that, that's on me. I'm very easily distracted today. But yeah, let's go see what you guys have done. Last call, if you want to be a part of the showcase for the studies, go ahead and drop your art into the Discord. There is a warm-up studies section. I'm going to go pull from that and show it off. So you're just in time, folks, for the show it off portion. Easily distracted day. Shh, let me have my delusions about who I am, Amaze. Okay, we all have them. This is mine. I am normally very focused, you guys, and never ever derail. Alrighty. And if anyone didn't get a chance to really participate in this time, but you'd like to, or if you want to do your own studies, don't forget to click those links up in the pin at the top of chat. No, you have not missed the Bilby. I haven't forgotten Paradox Moose. I'm going to do it at the end here. I want to get through the showcase first because I know some people hang around for that, and I don't want anybody to have to wait any longer. But yeah, we'll definitely do the Bilby. Somebody, for anyone who's just getting here, Paradox Moose, redeemed the Draw Me an Animal game. So we'll do that in just a second. But let's go ahead and look at the studies we have. So I'm going to show everything that was not shown on stream yesterday. So for anyone who's new here, basically what I do is I go to, and let me just scroll down real quick and make sure everything is work safe. So far we look good. Everyone did a great job. Okay. Oh, these look awesome. So yeah, basically the way it works is I am going to go to my Discord. I go to the stream event section down to warm up studies. And pretty much anything that's below my study from yesterday is what I will be showing on screen and we'll be talking about. So it can be anything, guys. It doesn't have to be the same topic that I'm choosing. But, oh no, Paradox Moose, ugh, good luck at that work meeting. I hope you're able to send some calming vibes into the room there. But we're going to go look at what people have submitted since my post yesterday. So we have one from Chris Wright. Chris, it took everything, I don't know if you're in here, but it took everything in my power not to just comment on this and just be like, shapes! It's so good! I love the shape in this. We did, for those who missed it, we did some shape language studies earlier, I think it was last week. And it was super fun, and I need to find more ways to work in shape practice. And Chris is a master at this. By the way, if you guys aren't following Chris Wright, you need to be. You need to be. Go give him a follow. He does great work. He's also a graphic designer, but does fantastic stuff. Oh, thank you, Artsy Bible Nerd. I appreciate that follow. That was really kind of you. Happy to have you. We will do the Bilbies. Yeah, no worries, paleontologist VA. But this looks fantastic. I mean, you can see how, so this is a great example of how you take a study. So you could do like an anatomical study of this, and maybe we need to do a session where I break that down a little more because I need to practice with shape language. But you take the study of the animal, the basic proportions of the animal, and then you can kind of warp them. And it's a lot easier to know what to warp if you've spent time practicing the anatomy first. This is a really fun shape study of this creature. I love it so much. You did a great job. No, it's fine. And I love this. I love where you went with it. I can see where you took like the two big shapes here, right? And you kind of like stylized them. The shadow is stylized. Like everything looks so cool here. Oh, thanks, Easel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Always appreciate you hanging out with me. Honored to have you. And I hope you have a good one. And of course, Chris, like seriously, your textures, they kill me. They kill me. I love it so much. And this little circle background, it's doing a lot for this little vignette. You did a great job with this. I love it a lot, and I hope that you posted it somewhere so that I can go share the heck out of it. Love it, love it. And then we have, of course, Charzia. I've already liked it a whole bunch, you can see. And of course we have Charzia here, just knocking it out of the park. Literally, like here's the park. And here's the study of the park. Like what even the heck, Charzia? Also very smart use of watermark here. I need to copy you on that. I need to be better about watermarking my stuff. I'm just not doing a good job with it. This is lovely. I love the shapes that you got in the trees here. And the outline is really nice, like how you did the blue outline where the sky is, the red outline where that reddish parts of it. It's just really fun. You have such a cool style, Charzia, and it's really been fun watching you like throw more of these painterly effects into your work. You guys, if you're not following Charzia, like, again, you guys, oops, hold on. That's not the right person. Charzia, there we go. Please go ahead and hit that heart. You will not regret it. Charzia does fantastic work. She's a brand new streamer. Actually, Chris and Charzia are both relatively new streamers here on Twitch. So if anybody is looking for, you know, new artists to follow, don't miss out on either of these. You guys seriously do a lot. Started during Art Gym yesterday and finished it. That's awesome. I think I saw you. I was lurking on your stream yesterday, Charzia, and I saw you working on this. I was like, oh, that looks awesome. It's so good. I love the texture in the grass. I just love it. I love it. You do amazing work, seriously. And you guys go follow Charzia now, 'cause I guarantee you she's gonna blow up and be way too cool for us pretty soon. Fantastic. Like seriously, another great study of shapes too. You can see how the study was done and how the shapes are translated from the trees, the bridges, everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Speaking of shape language, here we have one from Suntroa. I haven't seen this one yet. Oh my gosh, I love this. If you post any of these, by the way, guys, if anyone does this blob challenge, the base of the blobs are in the stream event chat section right here. So feel free to go use that. And if you do post them, and no pressure to Suntro or anybody, but if you do post them online, just tag me. I also have Casey Blobs as a tag, but Instagram's tags are not easy to navigate. So use those tags, but also tag me so that I can actually find it. I'd love to share these because you guys are doing a great job with them. But we did a shape language study, a shape language practice last week where we used shapes like these to make characters. And Suntroa, I love how you solve these problems. This is great. I love that. Giant mouth, and a manatee, a lot of cute animal shapes coming out of this one. Well, this is a little shoes. Oh my gosh, the blobs are so good. Suntroa, you gotta let us know if you ever start streaming. You gotta know I'm gonna shout the heck out of you. Suntroa does great work. Go follow on, I don't know if you have your Instagram or anything on your page, but you guys should. Feel free to drop a link if you'd like to, Suntroa. But yeah, these look fantastic. I love this. Really interesting what you did with these. So good, so good. Such good shape practice, guys. We'll have to do another blob study. People seem to really enjoy these, and so I think I'll do another set sometime. HDMZ, nice skull studies. Dang, look at these. Oh, look at the structure in this one. HDMZ also streams, guys. If you aren't already following HDMZ, does fantastic work as well. Yeah, man, I love the structure in this one. This is like super, the perspective in this is excellent. But yeah, these are just really solid, great values, like great look at the light, the way that the light's hitting the horn. You can really emphasize a lot about depth and texture with just a little bit of value. Oh, streamed it today. Oh, nice, HDMC. Well, this is a great warm-up. Thank you for sharing it with us. I love it. And sorry if I'm missing anything in chat, guys. Oh, hey, Sloppy Salamander, how you doing? Yeah, the horn angles, these are tough. We did a whole stream study on like horns one time for when we did our Design a Dragon week. If anyone needs my YouTube, you can find that and some, oop, that's not how you spell YouTube. YouTube. Hold on, I can type, I promise, maybe. I post all my warm-up VODs on YouTube, so if anyone wants to go back and watch any from the past and draw along and study along, you can always post studies you do from those here. Or, you know, if you just want to watch some, that's fine too. And then I've been posting like special event streams there as well. So like the Vikita stream is up on YouTube. I've just put the game stream, I think, for Journey up on YouTube. I think it's going to post tomorrow. I can't remember when I actually had that scheduled. I'm trying to be better about scheduling videos for YouTube. But anyway, you can always, if anyone's a YouTube person, you can always do that. And that's a good way, since the VODs on Twitch, they go away after 14 days. So if you want to catch up, eventually I'll have all my warm-up streams posted there, but I'm extremely behind. I think I'm only on March so far. But HDMZ, these look fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing these. Really, really solid. solid studies. I like how you got them from like different angles too. So we have a head-on, we have like 2 3/4 turns here from different sides. These look great. These look great. Hey, Amaze, we have similar taste in studies. Amaze, you did such a good job on this, which I'm not surprised at all. Really, really fantastic work on the anatomy. You can tell Amaze spends a lot of time drawing people. If you guys aren't already following Amazing Fan 15, you know him, you love him. He's our wonderful mod here. He hangs out a lot, and he does fantastic work. Yeah, draws a lot of people. He does comics. He does animation on his channel. Yeah. Gotta go give him a follow. Great hands, also. Just really good form and structure overall. The anatomy is super good. And I'm not surprised at all, because your anatomy is always really good. Oh, Dallas AT, I'm honored. Thank you. I'm really glad that you found us today. And we do warm-up streams in the morning, so just so you know, I don't always do warm-up streams. We do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then in the afternoons on Monday and Wednesday, I do longer format like painting, sculpting, just like projects I'm working on. Right now, I'm doing a lot with Stream Ink. So if you come in, it's probably going to be a lot of sketches. But don't give up on me. Eventually, I'll get back to my normal streams. I'm preparing to be. I'm doing streaming for the first time for anybody out there who's familiar with streaming. I just got back into streaming this year, so I'm new to all of it. But I thought it'd be a good way to meet more people. But yeah. It's good to meet you. I'd love to hear more about what you do, too, if you ever want to share that, but no pressure. Yeah, I'm always good, right, Chris? He seriously, Amaze always kills it. I don't always do streaming, but when I do it on stream. Eric draws. Eric draws. Now you're really thinking here. Smart cookie. Also some cheese. I meant to put cheese with that as well. I reward cheese for very, very silly statements. But yeah. Amaze is amazing. He lives up to his name, as always. You feel insane saying this, but you feel like they're easier in some way, like simple, static, or straight. Oh, are you talking about dynamic poses, Sloppy? Is that what you're talking about? I also feel that way. I like more dynamic poses as well, Sloppy Salamander, because I feel like with the static pose, I don't know if it's because I'm less interested or what it is, but I think it's also a little easier to see the mistakes. So maybe that's why, but that's just me. Art director on Dead by Daylight, focus on the store and the archives and banners. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Worked in games for 15 years. Wow, you are a tough one. I have some friends that have worked in games for not quite that long, but I've heard it's a really tough industry. It's impressive. Congrats on being able to stay in them that long, and I hope you like what you do. It sounds like fun. Yeah, well, it's really nice to meet you. Amaze, another one. Holy cow. Look at this. This is a great gesture study. Great pose also. I feel like I think I have that one, but I haven't drawn it yet. This looks great. This looks great. I can see a little bit of your style leaking through here. Like those iconic Amaze hands, as I call them in my head. But yeah, this is awesome. This is so cool. We have so many awesome artists here that participate. You guys, thank you so much for drawing with me. Just so you know, even if you just watch, just you being here like keeps me accountable to actually doing these studies. And those of you who draw along, no matter your skill level, you always inspire me to want to keep doing them. So I really appreciate all of you guys. And I'm honored that anybody ever wants to draw along with me. Because like, look at this. Like there's so much awesome skill in this community, and you guys are amazing. Like, thank you so much for spending any amount of your time with me. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate it. Santroa, nice sheep study here. Oh my goodness. Santroa, I really love your textures. I know I say it every time. Your structural drawings are so solid, and then you just like go crazy with your colors and textures, and they really make me want to pull out my paintbrushes. This is fantastic. I love this so much. It's nice to meet you too, Dally. Is it Dally? Is it okay to just say Dally? You love what you do and you hate everyone around you. Oh no. Oh, that sounds like you have some stories there. It also sounds similar to what my friends who work in games say. It sounds like a really frustrating time. Yeah, good on you. Good on you, and be strong. Really carried those moves. Yeah, I know. Maze did a great job. Let's see. That's how his fingers are posed in ref. I love Dead by Daylight, and that's so much all the players. I've never played it. I have to say, my chat has talked me into playing games 2 times here on stream. And basically, Yeah, I try to mostly be an art streamer here on Twitch. I'm not as connected with all the games because I used to be a little bit of a gamer in college, and I just decided that I'm a little too easily addicted. Oh, thanks for being here, Corby, by the way. Yeah, thanks for that shout out. Corby also does really awesome really awesome art as well. I don't know, Corby, you've been doing some art streams lately, right? I think I've caught mostly your game streams, but I feel like I caught you on an art the other day. Yeah, let's just, oops, hold on here. Let's not, sorry about that. Hold on, guys. Let's not use, yeah, let's not do that. Okay, let's see. The sheep does look awesome. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, paleontologist fail. Let's not do that. Okay, yeah, let's not even try. Sorry about that, Dolly. Yeah. So work has been yeah, I know work is tough. Work has been tough. She mostly streams Dead by Daylight when she has time, but getting more time. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you know what, Corby, it looks like you found somebody who is working hard to make that game really awesome here in chat. That's awesome to have you here, Dolly. Central, I love it. Like, I know I already said it today on stream, but if you ever start doing art streams, you gotta let us know, okay? Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Yangularu. Yeah, let's not do that, right, Eric? Yeah. Yangularu. Holy cow. Hold on, let's make these bigger. How do I make them bigger? Click this. Rue, as always, you do such good work. These are excellent gestures. I love the ones you chose, too. This is a really nice one here. Thank you. Thank you so much for shouting out, Rue. Oh, shoot. Do we have an ad? Oh, thank you, whoever caught that. Man, my mods are great. Mod love, for sure. I appreciate you guys. You know I can't stay on top of everything. I'm always behind. Thank you, Maze. I appreciate you. Round of applause, Maze. Yeah, I don't want anyone to be stuck in an ad while we're trying to look at this awesome work. These are great gestures, too. Ooh, I love this one. You did such a good job with these, Rue. You have such good structural understanding of anatomy. Great proportions. Look at the foreshortening here. Like, this is a toughie. Man, Rue, killing it. You guys, go follow Rue. Rue does animation as well, does character art, does, like, all kinds of stuff. Was working on some commissions last time I was there, and really, really does fantastic work. You guys are missing out if you're not following Yangularu. Man, it's so good to see these from you guys. These are like, intimidatingly impressive, Rue. Look at the structure here, holy cow. You can tell that Rue spends a lot of time drawing people, because these are really structurally sound. Really, really nice studies. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, aren't they, Eric? These are fantastic. Everyone, yeah, you guys, we have so many awesome artists here in the chat. Everybody go follow everybody. You're all amazing. You all deserve a million kudos. Ray of Sun, are you streaming yet? I'm gonna keep asking you. You guys have to let me know, because I sometimes can't keep up with everything. And I also can't always keep up with chat. So if somebody answers me and I miss it, I'm a little bit behind sometimes. Oops, didn't mean to zoom in on meant to zoom in on this. This looks so good. Nice study of this horse, and really excellent figure study here too. These both feel so solid. Like, you're really good at making your sketches feel really there. Yeah, aren't they great? Ray of Sun is fantastic. We got a 30-minute study, so 2 30-minute studies here. You can tell you really like. Did you do an undersketch first? Because when I look at your work, I'm always kind of like I always see these like really clean finished lines. I'm really curious about your process. So again, like, no pressure. But if you ever do stream, I would love to see how you do this. If you do like understudies, or if you're just really meticulous. Like, I have so many questions. But these look fantastic. I think we all can agree. A Ray of Sun. Certainly, thank you for sharing your light here with us, and yeah, drawing and sharing it with us. Looks really awesome. I think I have too many pictures open. So good, so good. I know, right, Tally? Like, seriously, all of the work here, I'm always just blown away with the studies. Really, really great work. Charzia, great gestures. So we already gave Charzia a shout out, guys, but seriously, go follow Charzia. Was this the one that you got me to talk about schema so that you could finish drawing some of these? The gestures are great. I love that you did a variety of body types, and you did a little child too. We don't do a lot of, I need to do more like babies and stuff, because I really don't study. I usually just study adults. But even kids, like, they have different proportions, right? Like, the head to body ratio is super different on a kid than it is with an adult. So if you were to just, like, shrink down an adult, that would not look like a child, you know? And it's important to learn that stuff if you want to do illustration, or if you want to do convincing imagery, right? Convincing character designs. Learning proportions for different ages, different people, all kinds of stuff. Dilly Dally, is this you? Is this you, Dally? This looks great. Nice study. Very oh wow, this is really detailed. I'm curious how long this took. There's a lot going on in this. There's a lot of color. Really nice attention to detail in the jacket. Really nice stuff. That is you. Or wait, this is you or it's your job. Either way, it's fantastic. Sophie line, it took about 6 hours. Okay, I was going to say, this looks like it took a really long time. This is not a gesture, but that's okay, you guys. Like I said, you can always show studies of any kind. It does not have to be what we are doing here on stream. But I love it. Fantastic job. Really nice stuff. Great proportions. You can tell you're really looking closely at the reference. Really nice job here. You would really enjoy Be It Easel if you aren't already following Be It Easel. She also does really good realism. Oh, no, that's okay. No, like I was just trying to reaffirm. No, you didn't, Dally. You're great. You're great. Like I said, we started off with sheep. This is also not a gesture. Shapes. So you can do any kind of a study, especially if it's anything that we've ever done in the past. Like this was from one from last week. But it doesn't really matter what you're showing off, as long as it's a study and not like sometimes people get confused and they share finished art in here that's like, I used reference to, it's anything from reference, basically. So you understood the assignment, you did it right, don't even worry about it. I do have a Discord server, yeah, if anyone wants the Discord, you can always, oh, thanks, Rue got it, appreciate you, Rue. Yeah, I have a Discord, and we have a warm-up studies section where you can show those studies. So basically the way it works, man, these are all awesome, we had so many to look at today. We have one more warm-up studies session coming up this week, it's going to be tomorrow. And if anyone wants to get in on the studies, basically the way it works is I'll post my image below all the images that we just showed today. And so you have from now until tomorrow, basically, to share your work. And there is going to be an ad. Let me snooze that really fast. There we go. We got 5 more minutes. Cool. So I'm going to post my studies down here below Dally's. Thank you so much it was so nice to meet you, Dally. Thanks for joining and for sharing your work. It's awesome to have you. I'll post my studies in here, and then basically tomorrow, anything that is posted below some of my studies, that's what we'll show on stream tomorrow. So you have all day. If you are watching this later, or if you just got here and you still wanted to do some warm-up studies, you can still participate. So I want to give everybody a chance. Oh yeah, that's right, I owe a Bilby. Thank you for the reminder. I almost forgot, actually. Got too distracted. Paradox Moose, don't worry. He's lurking in the shadows. Sus. Okay, yeah, let me pull up the redeem for that. So here's how Draw Me an Animal works. It's a game that we can play. You can submit an animal. Here's the only rule with it, okay? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Sloppy Salamander. The only rule with the Draw Me an Animal game is there's no hints allowed in chat, okay? So please don't tell me if I'm close or not, or tell me what it is on accident. You can go look up what it is if you'd like to, but I have to draw a Bilby. Oops, did it get cleared? It must have gotten cleared. Okay, so I remember that it was a Bilby. Was it a type of Bilby or just a Bilby? I think I have a vague idea of what a Bilby is, so I'm just going to make a new file here. And we're going to close that. I'm going to make a new group layer. Move that to its own area, new file. So we're going to do Draw Me an Animal, and I have 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes to draw the animal. I'm going to write what it is at the top. If you want to play along, you sure can. I highly recommend not looking in chat just in case. But this will be Draw Me an Animal, not... There we go. Wait, why is that so big? Hold on. Okay. So, and then at the end, basically the way it works is we will look it up together and we'll learn about it together. So we haven't done one of these for my at-home studio, so I don't have a little thing for it yet. This is Draw Me an Animal. We've had some really good ones this week. They're always really fun. But I do prefer common names, but you can, if you want to try and stump me, you can use scientific names. Sometimes they don't have common names too, I understand that. But I like to at least, it's nice when I can every once in a while at least kind of get one right, so thank you for going easy on me. But I know a lot of people like to try and stump me, which is fine. So I'm going to have 5 minutes on the clock. We do have an ad starting. I think I'm out of snoozes. Wait, do I have more snoozes? Maybe I have more snoozes. We might be able to snooze the ad. So I'm going to do 5 minutes to draw a bilby. And then, like I said, you can draw along. Or you can just look at the picture and laugh as I get it wrong. I think I do kind of know what a bilby is. But I'm going to go ahead and draw. Oh, I have one left. Okay, thanks. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, a bilby looks something like, it's basically like an Australian rabbit. It's like what they would call a rabbit, maybe, or like fills the same niche as a rabbit. I've heard that they're endangered because of a lot of invasive species. I don't remember what it looks like, though. I can't remember if it has a tail or not, like a long tail. But I think it's something like this. I feel like it has long ears and a pointy nose. That's all I really remember. But I haven't looked at one in a while. I just know I've seen that they do chocolate bilbies around Easter instead of chocolate bunnies, which I think is really funny. Yeah. So there's my schema anime eye for the bilby. And I don't remember any of the markings really. But we're just gonna guess. This is what I think it is anyway. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. And then I'm going to color it, and then after the 5 minutes are up, we will look at what it looks like. I think it's like a grayish brown color. I don't know, it's been a while since I've looked at a bilby. I've had a lot of marsupials lately, actually. We did a quoll yesterday, which was really fun. Okay. Sorry for the shaking, guys. My home setup is on a very small desk and everything's like kind of wobbly. It's not like the sturdiest setup like my one at the studio. Okay, so we have our bilby. Paradox moves. Trying to throw me off there. Okay. I think this is close, but I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. They probably have some kind of counter shading like this because I feel like a lot of animals do. I don't remember what kind of tail. I could be wrong on the tail. I'm feeling a little unsure about the tail. Sorry for all the sounds coming outside, by the way. My windows are open. But yeah, I'm pretty sure these are like ground-dwelling animals, so we're just gonna give it a little bit of a background. I've still got a few minutes left, I think. I actually forgot to look at the clock, so I'll just finish when I'm done with the background here. How about some fries to go with that shake? Wait, what? Oh, the shake of the camera. Yeah, sorry. I know, it's the worst. I'm the worst. What can I say? I try not to be, but alas, here we are. There we go. Okay, we're gonna call this my bilby. Let's go see. Clean it up a little bit because I'm being a weird perfectionist for no reason on a very fun game that I don't need to be perfect on. All right, we're gonna say that this is a bilby. We'll see how close I got, and we'll learn about it a little bit. So, got 3 minutes till the ad starts. Perfect. I'm out of snoozes though, so I'm gonna be fast. Hey Eric, I'm a lot faster with animals than I am with people. But only, I also don't have a lot of confidence about how close I got. Hey, I actually got pretty close. So, I got the colors wrong. But hey, I'm kind of proud of myself, guys. I was a little unsure. This one's not too bad. So this is what I thought it looks like. If you haven't already looked it up, this is a bilby. I got pretty close. I forgot about the tail stripe, but to be fair, I don't think I've seen a picture well. And they have a little bit fuzzier tails than I was thinking. A little more gray. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Well, it's a really distinct. I remember seeing it a while ago, and I was like, man, it's like a weird shrew rabbit. You know, like I was just like, the shape is so distinctive, and so it just kind of stuck with me that it had like a shrew face, but like rabbit kind of ears, and it's just a really interesting looking creature. So this is a bilby. Oh my gosh, there's how big it is compared to a mouse, you guys. Holy cow, that's adorable. It's real small, very small little guy. It's, my mental library is really good with things like rocks and animals. Scientific names, math equations. Not as much of a steel trap. Why is this not on dark mode? I feel like I switched it to dark mode every time I get on Wikipedia. All right, so it's a genus of desert-dwelling marsupial. Omnivores known as bilbies or rabbit bandicoots. That's a great name. They are members of the order Paramelomorpha, I guess, at the time, which is this group. At the time of European colonization of Australia, there were 2 species. The lesser bilby became extinct in the 1950s. Oh, that's sad. The greater bilby survives but remains endangered. Let's look at the lesser bilby. Oh, he's so little. It's just a small version. Small version of the big one. That's sad. Currently listed as a vulnerable species, the greater bilby is on average 22 inches long. That's excluding the tail. That's actually bigger than I thought, which is usually around 29 centimeters. Its fur is usually gray or white, so I got the color wrong. Has long pointy nose and very long ears. That's all I could remember, really. I think let's learn about the conservation. Yeah. So bilbies are slowly becoming endangered because of habitat loss and change and competition with other animals. There is a national recovery plan being developed for saving them. The program includes captive breeding, monitoring populations, and reestablishing bilbies where they once lived. We were reading about something where they reintroduced them into like fox-free areas because I think the introduction of the fox is a lot of what's killing them. Because there's not really a lot of natural predators in Australia. You may or may not know this, but there's a big problem over there with a lot of native Australian species being hyper-endangered by like wild dogs. Dingoes are an interesting case. We'll talk about them sometime because they technically were introduced, but now they're considered native. I don't know. But bilbies and marsupials of all kinds are all kind of hurting because of the introduction of species that are either eating up all their grass, like rabbits and sheep, or killing them in ways that they aren't prepared. They haven't evolved to defend themselves, basically. Here's what I was talking about. There have been reasonably successful moves to popularize the bilby as a native alternative to the Easter Bunny by selling chocolate Easter bilbies. I've been hearing about these. It's really working because I've heard about it, right? I don't live in Australia. With a portion of the profit sometimes going to bilby protection and research. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, very cool, guys. Well, there you are. There we are. The bilby. Poor little guy. He's in danger of extinction. So if you live in Australia, show some love to your native critters. So cute. There we are. There's the bilby. I have 14 seconds till the ad, guys. I'm so sorry. We'll chat through it. We'll do a little stretch. But thank you guys for hanging out with me and doing studies today. Thanks, Paradox Moose, for redeeming the bilby. Now we all know about the bilby, and now you too can remember the shrew rabbit. Can't have apex predators. Yes. Is everything. Yes. Yep. Exactly, Centrella. Dingoes are just jackals, but Australian? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, dingoes... So I think dingoes were introduced like a long time ago, like when Australia was first settled, maybe? Or maybe they were introduced even before that. I think they were introduced, they're like another introduced species, maybe. We could look it up. Rabbit-roo, yeah, exactly. There's a new screen name, exactly, Roo. But they're really interesting if you want to go read about Bilbos. Creatrix, Britt, and Danny did an Easter Bilby charity event. Maybe I think that's where I first heard about the Easter Bilby with the little chocolate Easter Bilby thing. Very cool. Yeah, they're descendant from dogs, yeah. And we do have an ad, so I'm not going to do any drawing or anything. We'll wait till after the ad to read out. Weird fact that makes sense. The introduction of cattle in Australia was a problem because there were no native dung beetles cleaning up after them, so they ended up with thick layers of cow patties. Then a lot of Eurasian species of dung beetles, which do eat cow dung, were introduced, and at least 3 species took hold and things are better. Well, that's good. I wonder if there's a side effect. There's always kind of weird side effects, though, to introducing species to fix a problem with another introduced species, right? Yeah, that is really interesting, Charlie's Dragon. I know that there's a big problem with a lot of introduced stuff in Australia because Australia has been so isolated for so long that all those animals they haven't adapted to deal with what a lot of other animals have, and so they're really, really... pretty frustratingly at risk. Streaming, yeah, Corby. I don't know, you probably can't hear me because of the ad, but here, if you somehow can hear me, or if you see this, if anyone wants to know more about streaming, there's my little info thing about it. And if anyone wants to meet more artists here on Twitch, click that link, and that's part of why I'm doing it, is so that I can meet more artists here. Let's stretch while I catch up with chat. I think I missed a lot while I was drawing. It's so close. Oh, thanks. The feet are more kangaroo-like feet. Yeah. I just remembered the shrew rabbit face. Bilby due at the end. Oh my gosh. Bilby due at the end of the month. Mayor of Canada. See, this is why I scroll back in chat. because I don't want to miss stuff like that. Excellent, excellent. That's okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. This dude carrying the chair always makes me smile. I just can't see his picture. He's trying so hard to be serious, right? While he's carrying that chair. Yeah, it's kind of like stapling something wrong and not being like, oh, I stapled it wrong, I should move that one. Yeah, exactly, Dally, exactly. It's like you're just making the problem worse in some ways, I think. Yeah, the dung beetles worked out, that's good, but it was also well researched. They knew what the beetle ate and other impacts, that's good. And I'm sure beetles, like bugs and insects, are something that a lot of Australian species probably eat. So maybe that's something that it would be like, oh, like they don't have any, like they're not going to damage the wildlife or harm the environment, so they'll just get eaten. It'll just be an extra food source. We'll go out on these gestures. I'm going to screenshot these really fast and drop them. Actually, we'll do the 30-second ones. I don't know. I never know which ones to screenshot, guys. We're going to do a quick copy paste here. But yeah, I'm going to go find somebody to raid into, hopefully somebody doing some art. And just FYI, if anybody is watching from work or watching with a kiddo nearby, or has me up on a TV for some reason, I do try to stream into work-safe streams. I try to go for family-friendly if I can find it, but that is kind of hard to find on Twitch, which is understandable. But yeah, let's go ahead and... Which hindsight horrifying book? Wait, what's a horrifying book? There was a old lady who swallowed a fly. Oh, I think I remember that very vaguely. Some of mine from today. There we go. So I've posted my studies in the warm-up studies section. So now anything that is posted below mine, that's just kind of an easy line for me to check. And then that way I can just jump right into the review portion next time that I stream this. But guys, speaking of that, the next stream is going to be a warm-up stream. And by the way, if anybody hung out through those ads, I know they're annoying if you don't have a sub, but I do appreciate it, honestly, you guys. It's kind of crazy how much the ads help me. So if you do want to help out with that and you can't afford a subscription, just make sure you don't mute the stream. You can mute the tab, like mute the site, but like up in the right click or whatever on the tab, but just don't mute my stream, and I think I still get credit for you as a lurker during those ads. So I do appreciate anybody who hung out during the ads. Thank you so much. But if you can't, I understand. 3 minutes is a long amount of ads. I try to just condense them all into one time an hour so that we don't have to be interrupted every half hour, because that gets really annoying, and I can't stay on top of it anyway. But anyway, there's my little PSA about the thank you for the ads for those who watch them. I know that they're frustrating, though. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sloppy. Yes, that is a great analogy as well, that book. Yeah. Yeah, you too, Eric. Thanks for being here. Casey's a millionaire from us being shilled. Definitely not a millionaire, guys. I still need to buy some tires for my car, and I'm hemming and hawing about that because it's going to be like $600 that I don't want to spend and I don't have. But thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go find somebody to raid into, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the warm-ups. Before I go, let's check and see what the warm-up is tomorrow. I do have a schedule posted in my Discord. Thank you, Maze, by the way, for posting links and stuff, and all those. Anyone can do !Discord if you need that link. It's also down in my about section. Tomorrow, oh, we're doing an art foundations study tomorrow. So one of the things I need to do today is finish deciding which tutorial I'm going to go with, but we're probably going to do something about form and like how to think about drawing things in structure, because I think that's something that when you're first getting into doing references and studying, that if you don't have a solid foundation about how to make things three-dimensional, you're gonna struggle to see things in 3 dimensions whenever you're trying to look at a study. So we're gonna throw in, this month we're trying a few different things other than just direct reference studies. So hopefully that's fun. I had a good time with the shape language one last week, so this is another one of those slightly different ones. We also did a still life last week, like I did a traditional stream, which was intimidating. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Well, I'll probably be in my studio tomorrow. I'm here today because I'm doing laundry. But let's go find somebody to raid into. No, thank you guys. Thank you, Ray of Sun. Hey, Dusk Shadow. It's so good to see you. It was so nice to meet. Thanks for the new followers today. So nice to meet some new folks. And let's go find somebody to raid into who is doing work-safe art. Ooh, there's quite a few options right now. Man, who are we going to choose? Oh man, there's a lot of artists on right now. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna try and pick somebody we haven't rated recently. Let's see, when was the last time we went and said hi? I wish it would tell me when the last time I rated somebody was. But stick around for the raid, guys. Just know it really does makes people's day when you hang out and meet somebody new. Oh, we have somebody doing a sketchathon. These look work safe, so it's also somebody who's doing figure studies right now. I don't think we've rated them in the last month. This is also somebody who I believe is doing streaming, so I feel like we should go say hi to them. I will say sometimes the chat is not always, like, it's not super bad, but every once in a while there might be a little bit of cursing or something. So if you are at work, this is your warning to, like, lower the volume slightly. But Eichmann is really cool, and I don't think we've ever rated him before. Usually very chill. And since he's doing figure studies, I think it'll be really cool to go say hi. So if you didn't get enough figure studies today, guys, oh, it looks like he's also doing some other sketching. Well, he's just switched to something else, but I bet he'll go back. We'll see. He's doing a sketchathon, day 6, so there's going to be some sketching. So let's go say hi to Eichmann. They are talking about warm-ups in chat, so I'm assuming there's some warm-ups happening. But yeah, let's go say hi to Eichmann, and you guys give another streamer a chance if you've never met Eichmann before. But I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to come back at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, that's when I'll be back on doing some more studies. We're doing some foundational studies to warm up the art muscles. But until then, folks, have a good one. Here's my socials again if anyone needs them. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you. And I know Amaze just posted these, but I'm just going to do them again just in case. And let's go say hi to Eichmann, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.